What if I told you that Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, thinks you're wasting money on 18 common things that are keeping you broke? I'm talking about items that seem normal, even smart to buy, but are actually wealth destroyers that prevent you from building real financial security. Now, you've probably seen people buying all the right things: new cars, designer brands, the latest gadgets, but still struggling financially despite making decent money. It isn't bad luck or low income. It's because they're falling into the exact spending traps that Buffett has spent decades warning people about. There are 18 specific things that Buffett says are a complete waste of money, and most people buy them thinking they're making smart choices and they're actually sabotaging their financial future. And I know this matters because Buffett didn't become worth over $100 billion by accident. He became wealthy by avoiding these exact mistakes that keep everyone else broke. I'm on a mission to help you think like the wealthy instead of acting like the broke. Today, I'm breaking down Warren Buffett's 18 things to stop buying if you want to be rich. These aren't just opinions. These are wealth-building principles from someone who's proven they work over decades of building massive fortune. Let's start with thing number 1, buying brand new cars. According to Warren Buffett, one of the fastest ways to lose money is buying a brand new car. The moment you drive it off the lot, it drops in value, sometimes by thousands of dollars instantly. That's not investing, that's depreciation. Most new cars lose 20 to 30% of its value in the first year alone. Instead of chasing that new car smell, Buffett's philosophy is simple: buy reliable, slightly used vehicles that get the job done. A car is transportation, not a status symbol. The money you save by avoiding the immediate depreciation could be invested and compounded for decades. Over time, those small savings can turn into serious wealth. The wealthy don't waste money impressing strangers at stoplights. They focus on keeping more of their money working for them. Thing number 2 is designer brands. Buffett isn't impressed by logos. Overspending on designer brands is often about image, not value. Many people pay double or triple for an item just because of the name stitched onto it. But quality doesn't always equal prestige. Often there are equally durable, well-made alternatives at a fraction of the cost. Buffett's mindset is about value, paying for utility, not ego. When you consistently choose function over flash, you keep more money in your pocket. Over years, avoiding overpriced brands can save tens of thousands of dollars. Wealth is built quietly, not worn loudly. Real financial security doesn't come from looking rich, it comes from making smart decisions repeatedly. The goal isn't to signal wealth, it's to actually build it. Which brings us to thing number 3, high interest debt. Buffett has called high interest debt one of the biggest financial traps. Credit cards charging 18 to 25% interest can destroy your progress. When you carry balances, you're effectively paying extra for everything you buy. That $100 purchase could cost you $100 or more over time. Buffett has even said paying off high interest debt is one of the best investments you can make because the return is guaranteed. Every dollar spent on interest is a dollar not invested. Escaping this cycle means living within your means and attacking debt aggressively. Financial freedom isn't possible when interest payments are draining your income. Wealth grows when your money compounds, not when it compounds against you. Thing number 4 here is overspending on housing. Despite being a billionaire, Buffett still lives in a relatively modest home. His reasoning: housing should meet your needs, not dominate your finances. Many people stretch themselves thin for larger homes, luxury upgrades, or constant moves. But oversized mortgages limit flexibility and reduce your ability to invest. When too much of your income goes toward housing, you lose financial breathing room. Buffett's approach encourages stability and affordability. Home is shelter first, not a trophy. By keeping housing costs reasonable, you create margin in your budget. That margin becomes opportunity, investing, starting businesses, or building security. Financial peace often begins with living slightly below what you can afford. Our next item here is chasing the latest tech. New gadgets launch constantly, and companies want you upgrading every year. Buffett avoids unnecessary tech upgrades unless there's real value. Many people replace perfectly working devices just to keep up. That cycle quietly drains thousands over time. Instead of chasing trends, evaluate whether the upgrade genuinely improves your productivity or quality of life. Often it doesn't. Wealth isn't built by owning the newest devices, it's built by resisting impulse upgrades. When you extend the life of what you already own, you save money and reduce waste. Smart consumers don't react to marketing hype, they think long term. Thing number 6 is excessive dining out. Eating out frequently might feel harmless, but it adds up fast. A few $15 to $25 meals each week can turn into thousands per year. Buffett is known for simple habits, not extravagant dining. Cooking at home costs a fraction of restaurant prices. The difference isn't just the food, it's the markups, tips, and convenience premiums. Dining out occasionally is fine, but routine convenience spending erodes savings. Over time, redirecting even half those meals into home cooking can fund investments or build emergency savings. Small leaks sink ships. Tiny daily habits compound positively or negatively. You choose. Thing number 7 is unused gym memberships. Signing up for a gym feels productive, not using it isn't. Buffett's philosophy emphasizes avoiding reoccurring costs that provide no value. Gym memberships, streaming services, apps, if you're not actively using them, they become silent drains. Automatic payments make it easy to forget. Audit subscriptions regularly, cancel what you don't use, even $40 to $60 per month adds up to hundreds per year. Wealth often grows from eliminating waste. It's not about avoiding fitness, it's about paying intentionally. Money should align with usage and purpose, not guilt or forgotten commitments. Thing number 8 is get-rich-quick schemes. Buffett built his fortune through patience, not shortcuts. Get-rich-quick schemes promise fast returns but often end in losses. Whether it's risky trading, hype investments, or guaranteed opportunities, quick money usually comes with high risk. Buffett emphasizes understanding what you invest in. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Real wealth compounds slowly over decades. It's built through consistency and discipline. Chasing shortcuts often resets progress to zero. Slow and steady may not be flashy, but it works. Thing number 9 is expensive fashion trends. Fast fashion and trend-driven shopping create constant spending cycles. Styles change quickly, pushing customers to keep buying. Buffett favors durability and long-term thinking. Investing in quality pieces that last years beats replacing cheap items repeatedly. Trend chasing is expensive. Timeless basics reduce the need for constant wardrobe updates. When you detach identity from clothing cycles, you gain financial freedom. Looking wealthy and being wealthy are two different things. Item number 10 is subscription overload. Streaming, music, software, apps, individually small, collectively massive. Subscriptions create convenience but often exceed usage. Buffett's principles suggest reviewing recurring expenses carefully. Are you truly using every service, or are you paying for options? Even trimming 2 or 3 subscriptions could eliminate hundreds per year. The key isn't eliminating enjoyment, it's about intentional spending. Automatic charges shouldn't replace conscious decisions. Thing number 11 is expensive socializing. Social pressure can quietly become one of the most expensive habits in your life. Upscale dinners, destination bachelor parties, luxury weddings, bottle service, constant group trips, it adds up fast. Warren Buffett has never built his lifestyle around impressing other people, and that's the lesson here. Many people spend money socially not because they truly want to, but because they don't want to feel left out. But real relationships aren't built on expensive settings. They're built on shared experiences and trust. You don't need a $200 dinner to maintain friendships. Hosting at home, grabbing coffee, or choosing lower-cost activities can preserve both your relationships and your savings. If your social life constantly requires swiping your card, it's worth reevaluating. Wealth grows when you stop trying to fund an image and start protecting your financial future. Thing number 12 is neglecting financial education. One of the most expensive mistakes you can make isn't something you buy, it's what you fail to learn. Buffett has always emphasized reading, studying businesses, and understanding money deeply. Without financial education, people fall into bad investments, high-fee products, unnecessary insurance policies, and poor tax decisions. A lack of knowledge can cost you far more than a bad purchase ever could. The good news, financial education has never been more accessible. Books, podcasts, annual reports, and free online resources can dramatically improve your decision-making. When you understand compounding, risk, and long-term investing, you stop reacting emotionally to money. Instead of guessing, you act strategically. The return on learning about money can last a lifetime. Investing in your financial literacy may be the highest return investment you can ever make. Decision number 13 is smoking. Smoking is one of the clearest examples of a habit that drains both your health and your finances. A pack-a-day habit can easily cost thousands per year, depending on where you live over 20 or 30 years. That can add up to be 6 figures, money that could have been invested and compounded. Buffett often talks about the opportunity cost, and smoking represents a massive one. Beyond the financial toll, there are medical costs, insurance increases, and lost productivity to consider. Few habits combine ongoing expense with negative long-term outcomes so directly. Eliminating a costly vice doesn't just improve your health, it frees up capital that can be redirected towards investments and savings, or experiences that actually enhance your life. Financial freedom and physical health tend to move in the same direction. Make sure you're going the right way. Thing number 4 is relying too much on one income. Depending entirely on one paycheck creates risk, even if that paycheck feels secure. Companies restructure, industry changes, unexpected events happen. Buffett diversifies his investments to reduce risk, and the same principle applies to income. Developing additional skills, small side income streams, or investment income creates resilience. This doesn't mean burning yourself out with multiple jobs, it means building optionality. Even modest passive incomes from dividends, rental property, or small businesses can reduce financial stress dramatically. When you rely on one source of income alone, your leverage is limited. When you diversify, you gain negotiating power and security. Wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how stable and diversified that earning power becomes over time. Thing number 15, spending instead of saving first. Most people spend what they earn and try to save whatever's left, which is usually nothing. Buffett's philosophy flips that completely. Save first, invest first, then live on the remainder. This simple shift changes everything. When saving becomes automatic, wealth building becomes inevitable. Even 10 to 20% consistently invested can grow into substantial sums over decades. The key is discipline, not income level. Many high earners stay broke because their spending rises with their salary. Meanwhile, disciplined savers quietly build net worth. Paying yourself first removes decision fatigue and protects your future self. If you don't prioritize saving intentionally, lifestyle inflation will consume every raise you get. Wealth grows from consistency, not leftover scraps. Which brings us to thing number 16, excessive gift giving. Generosity is admirable, but overspending to impress others can quietly sabotage your finances. Holidays, birthdays, weddings, baby showers, the pressure to give expensive gifts is real. Buffett's mindset values thoughtfulness over price tags. A meaningful, affordable gift often carries more emotional weight than something expensive purchased out of obligation. Setting clear budgets for gift giving prevents financial regret after celebrations end. Many people finance holidays on credit cards, paying interest long after decorations come down. That cycle turns generosity into stress. Sustainable generosity means giving within your means. True relationships aren't strengthened by how much you spend, they're strengthened by sincerity. Protecting your financial stability allows you to remain generous long term, not short term. Thing number 17 is expensive beauty and cosmetic treatments. Reoccurring beauty treatments, high-end salons, cosmetic procedures, premium skincare can cost thousands annually. Reducing frequency, choosing simpler options, or prioritizing health-focused habits over cosmetic ones can free up substantial cash flow. The goal isn't deprivation, it's intentionality. Financial independence often reoccurs questioning reoccurring luxuries. Redirecting even a portion of these expenses towards investments can compound dramatically over decades. Thing number 18 is ignoring long-term investing. Perhaps the biggest financial mistake isn't overspending, it's failing to invest consistently. Buffett's entire fortune was built on long-term compounding. Many people delay investing because they feel they don't have enough to start, but time matters more than the starting amount. Small, regular investments can outperform large investments made later in life. Avoiding investing due to fear, market noise, or procrastination is incredibly costly. Inflation erodes idle cash. Meanwhile, disciplined investors allow compounding to work quietly in the background. Wealth rarely comes from dramatic financial moves, it comes from patience, consistency, and staying invested. The earlier you start, the more powerful time becomes. Ignoring the opportunity may be the most expensive mistake of all. But now that you know the 18 things Warren Buffett says are keeping you broke, there's a whole arsenal of specific tactical strategies that can help you save money in ways you've probably never considered. So check out this video where I reveal 50 oddly specific money saving hacks you need to try.